All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention, I'm on a mission. No sweat in the way I step, I got a fresh new attitude. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. Call me a king, can you buy me a crown? Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. New look, got the ladies shook. New watch saying it's my time. These magazines wanna feature me, cause they know I'm on the rise. Get the attention, I'm on a mission. Cause ever since I flipped that switch, my power can't be denied. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. Call me a king, buy me a crown. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. Get the attention, I'm on a mission. I'm there with a vision. I got a passion, making it happen. Ready for action. And this is my world now. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. So anyone who try to write me off, tell them they can go and write this down. This is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. And this is my world now. This is my world now. All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention, I'm on a mission. No sweat in the way I step, I got a fresh new attitude. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. Call me a king, can you buy me a crown? Oh my, 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 oh my, my, my. I'm leveled up, and this is my world now. This is my world now.
are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery, the journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. What up? No Nut November. Today is election day. Forget about that. It's No Nut November day. I know a lot of problems went away since I've been on this journey. Yes, sir, indeed. Yes, I have to agree. A lot of problems have gone away since I personally have been on this journey. So you're not alone, bro. The benefits are for all of us. Better believe that. The benefits are for all of us who have tapped into this magic. It's a magic wand. It's a scepter of power. Semen retention. So I heard somewhere, I didn't read it. I've read a lot of things on semen as far as what it is and what it contains. I've heard somewhere from an interview that semen contains 90% water and 10% nutrients. But that 10% of nutrients is so dense. It's so potent. It's so condensed. That's what feeds your brain, and that's how you are bound to have a Kundalini awakening on semen retention. You will wake up on semen retention because the nutrients are so condensed, they're so potent. I mean, imagine they can create another human being. The proteins are so strong, they're so potent that they cause your brain to illuminate, and you have to wake up. I love it. You have to wake up. You can't continue sleeping, brother. You can't continue walking this life with your head down anymore on semen retention. You can't do that because you have been given the scepter of power. You have been handed a magic wand. A mantle of power has been put over you. You've been reclothed into a mantle of power, presence, decision making, problem solving, understanding, wisdom. Don't get me started. Talk to me, always mad. It's good to see you, my brother. Yeah, you were on the stream, on the last stream. It's good to see you again. Man, there's nothing better to do than being on here talking about really our lives. Semen retention, no fap, and no nut November. I'm coming to you always, Matt. I see your question. How do you feel about others contacting you? Does it drive you crazy? Do you mean contacting me? Yeah, like, yeah, there you go. I have a lot of people calling my phone. It's like they can feel my energy. Of course, of course. Not it's like they actually can feel your energy. We're not going to say it's like they actually can feel your energy. Communication is 95% nonverbal. Okay? Communication in this world is 95% nonverbal. And that's not what do you call it? Body language. No, no, no. We're talking about ethereal communication. We're talking about invisible telepathic communication, energetic communication. People know your energetic location. People know where you are positioned energetically. Whether they know it consciously or unconsciously, they're always going to know it. Some people might know it as a feeling that they get, an intuitive hit that they get about you. They have a sense about you. And they may not be able to interpret that spiritually, depending on where they are in their consciousness expansion journey. But we always know where each other are energetically speaking. So yes, something is telling those people you're in the right path. You're on the right path. You're on the right journey. You're doing the right thing. Things are going for you. Your mind is strong. Your spirit is established. Something is telling them. Yes, they know. And you got to be careful though, because out of those people contacting you, some of them will be to help you to move forward. And as the law requires, some of them will come to create resistance on your journey. Yes. Yes. We will meet people, we will attract people who will create resistance for us on this journey, who will test our patience, our wisdom, our strength of character, our determination, our conviction. We will attract people who will test us. So be careful as they reach out to you. Always operate on the belief that everybody must be scrutinized. Yes, like you trust no energy on face value. Everybody's energy must be scrutinized, tested rigorously. Everybody. And then you pick the best ones. What's up, brother? Ahmed Mohammed, welcome back, my brother. It's good to see you. No other way, sir, will walk you up with clear mindset. The post-nut clarity man chase during sex. You walk around with that post-nut clarity all the time when you're on a high streak of semen retention. I have to agree. Yes, I have to agree. So I went to GNC yesterday to purchase, my supplements, my Mega Man. And GNC has a high turnover rate. There's always a new employee. I've been going to GNC stores since 2004. There is always a new employee there. I mean, that's not just one store. I've been to 3 states. Anyhow, and we were talking, and I mentioned what I do. Well, part of what I do, I mentioned No Nut November. I told him I had just done a live, and he needs to check me out on YouTube and blah, blah, blah. So he said he hasn't had sex in 1 year, but he's been jerking off. And then he said the reason he jerks off is that past a certain point, he gets so agitated, he gets so angry, the energy overwhelms him, and he turns into a beast. And he has to jerk off to calm himself down. I said, where that's your demons, so to speak, erecting the barrier for you. See, every time you get to that point and you release that energy, so you never go past that point, you never go beyond that point, so you never know what peace beyond that point feels like. See, if you can find ways to go beyond that point once, twice, 3 times, 5 times, you will begin to get used to it, and you will no longer get angry. You will have the energy in you and know how to control it. Man, life will be good. So this is to your point. Yes, that post-nut clarity, that power, that sense of elevation, that sense of relief, that sense of I'm the man feeling that we get from that we seek to get from sex, we can keep that and stay with it and have it stay with us every single day. If we only push past that barrier, that monster that's stopping us from getting to on the other side of the what you call it, sexual frustration, if that's what I want to call it. But yeah, Jay Bus, welcome back, bro. It's good to see you again. How's it going, man? I got 2 questions. Do people and success really gravitate to you while on semen retention? Don't get us started. Don't get us started. And how many men you think are on this practice in the USA? A handful. I'm going to start with the second question because it's easier to answer. And a handful of guys, just not many. I have to say there are a lot of guys practicing semen retention one way or another who are not online. They don't talk about it. They don't make videos, albeit some of them do watch videos, because every once in a while I get a comment and the guy's like, I just watch those videos. I don't share my story. I don't say what I'm doing, but here is how I've been living. And of course, those guys are outside too. Remember, some guys are practicing semen retention because they felt compelled to do so, not because anybody shared that with them, not because they learned that, or not because they were addicted to pornography. Okay. And so appreciate that, my brother. Thank you very much. Negro Damis. Thank you, brother. Not because they were practicing semen retention, not because they felt compelled naturally to keep their semen. Okay. So, but it's a small amount of men. I mean, brother, do you see how many men are on OnlyFans, Instagram, Snapchat, Pornhub, bruh? The videos all over the place. Those men are sleeping. They can't be practicing semen retention. Hell no, they're not practicing semen retention. They are sleeping. So it's a small amount of guys practicing semen retention. And the world depends on us to change. Okay? The world depends on you to change because you have sense, you have wisdom. Okay, the first part of the question. Man, do people and success really gravitate towards you on semen retention? That's all we do. That's all that happens. On semen retention, well, did you just hear the brother? Let me put a comment on the screen earlier. Here's what the brother says. Read this. I have a lot of people calling my phone. It's like they can feel my energy. There you go. There you have it. Yes, sir. On semen retention, here is why. Here is the metaphysical explanation. On semen retention, your energy goes up and that amplifies your aura. And that amplifies your magnetic field. And your magnetic field is an invisible ray of energy that's around you, that's constantly emanating around you, that naked eyes cannot see. That goes in front of you, around you, behind you, and contacts the people that you are about to meet. So your energy goes ahead of you before you even meet people. And your energy contact them and cause them to be either favorable towards you or nasty towards you. So you could see those would have to do with the quality of your aura. So when you're on porn, your energy is weak, that field, that magnetic field is weak, and you're thinking negatively, that field goes forward and make contact with people and cause them to be nasty towards you, doubtful towards you, disrespectful towards you. In fact, that's what happens with women when we are on porn and we are not at our best. That's what happens. As soon as we come in contact with the woman, our energy, that magnetic field, that aura talks to the woman, and it tells the woman that nigga is weak. He's weak. He has no self-esteem. He's bound. He doesn't know what to do with his life. Man, you're going to have a field day with him. He needs to be disrespected. He needs to be taken advantage of. You need to take his money. You need to break his heart. He has no idea what's going on in life. Of course, they're not being said. These things are not being said in words like that. But that's how it's a sense that she gets. She gets a sense that even if she ignores you 1,500 times, you will still call. She gets that sense. Whereas she will meet another guy on semen retention or an alpha, a guy who has the right mindset, a guy whose aura is solid, and she has a sense, I better not ignore his phone call. I better not reply to one of his texts because he will stop. So on semen retention, that magnetic field, that aura gets amplified and it goes before you, make contact with people, and causes people to be favorable towards you. So people are thinking to collaborate with you before they even meet you physically. By the time they enter your presence, man, they're all smiling and everything. So that's how people are attracted to you. And the same thing for circumstances, because now your energy is high, you're thinking mostly positively, and of course that goes and changes your circumstances, because your life becomes what you think. You become what you think about predominantly. You become what you think most of the time. When your energy is high on semen retention, you tend to think mostly positively, and that changes your circumstances positively. And so new people and new circumstances come into your life that help you move forward, that make your life all the better. So yes, and remember my brother who asked that question, Jay Boss, no matter how much I explain this to you, no matter how much knowledge you gather, it'll still be supplementary to you experiencing it. So the final test will be you being on semen retention and experiencing that thing for yourself. And you're going to have a blast. Boss at home, my brother. What's up? Good seeing you. Great topics always. As always, good seeing you, bro. I haven't seen you in a minute, but it's good seeing you. I watched one of your videos not too long ago. I can't remember the title, but I recently watched one of your videos. But yeah, we're good, man. It's good to have you, bro. Let's do this No Nut November. Semen retention, no fap. It's the best thing that we can ever do for ourselves. Guys, give me a few more likes. I would appreciate it. Give me a few more likes. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother who just stopped by for the first time and who sent a super chat. Give me a few more likes, guys. So I'm still taking pledges for No Nut November. So in my last stream, I was collecting pledges for No Nut November. I have 16. I was looking for 50. Just say, hey, man, I'm in. Just say I'm in. You know, you ain't got to do anything else. All you got to do is say I'm in, and your subconscious mind is going to hold you accountable that you said that you are in, and that you're going to make your best effort not to bust a nut in November, provided that you didn't bust a nut on the 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd. So let's go. Any more questions, guys? Hey, I have a link pinned on top. If anybody wants to call and chat with me right here, you can do that. We can do that. There we go. I'm down. $17. Number 17. I only write the number down. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Great breakdown, and you're right. Everybody's journey is different. Absolutely. Yes. We are all unique. Yes, we are all unique, and therefore our journey is unique. I released a podcast today, and one of the key points to build an unshakable self-confidence is that you are unique, with a unique set of circumstances, with a unique set of talents, and therefore your journey is going to be unique. And so this is where we ditch competition and we focus more on personal talents and gifts and collaboration. Boss at home, I am down. There we go. 18. I need to hit that 20. That's a good goal. 20. Let's do it, guys. Let's hit that 20 tonight. Send questions, whatever it is. My goal, man, listen, bro. This life is so beautiful. Semen retention and no fap, Just imagine living every single day and not watching porn. Basically not destroying your brain. Basically not amping your anxiety up. I don't have no anxiety. I have no anxiety. I mean, of course, I've done some spiritual work that allows me to have confidence in life and to trust the process and to trust life and not worry about anything because I am in control. I am the creator. I am the one who creates things. I am in control. Life is mine. I am the creator of my reality. Of course. But here's a kicker, bro. It doesn't matter, and I always say this, it doesn't matter what spiritual work a man does. It doesn't matter what intellectual work a man does. It doesn't matter how much notions, concepts, philosophies that he acquires. As soon as he watches porn and busts a nut, all that is gone. His anxieties come back. He gets weak, emotional, needy, paranoid. And so NoFap and semen retention are foundational to a man's life. They are the foundation for success for a man. Because as soon as you watch a couple of flicks, porn flicks, your mind is all over the place. That brain fog comes back. You wake up in the morning feeling like, oh, my mind is not clear. Like, oh gosh, man, whoa, my mind is not clear. Yeah. So that's our enemy. That's our enemy. Yes, my brother. Sawbone Sawyer. Good seeing you, man. Yes, the answer is yes. Let me drop you a link, matter of fact. We can type it. Go on. There we go. www.patreon.com/. slash mens. This should be http:// There we go. There goes a link. Yes, it's MenSuperPower. Patreon.com, MenSuperPower. Yes, sir. And I am looking forward to working with you. It's a lot of there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to understand. Primarily understanding and then practicing. I emphasize a lot of practice because practice rewires the brain. So once we understand what's happening to us, once we understand the science behind our situation, we develop habits. I call them practices. And then we implement those practices. And over time, they rewire the brain. Over time, they recalibrate our cells. Over time, they restructure our muscle memory. And then before you know it, we become a brand new man. Before you know it, you become a brand new man. Oh, man, oh, happy day. You know, the Christians have a song that says, oh, happy day. Yes. Oh, happy day when that day comes. So looking forward to working with you, my brother. Bro, you are blessed to recognize this. To recognize that you cannot do it alone is already a step in the good direction, in the right direction. Yes. In fact, of all the addictive personality traits, because addiction carries addictive personality traits, right? It develops a personality by itself, and then those traits, you manifest those traits, right? You know, trait number one is denial and the illusion that, first of all, I don't think I'm addicted. I don't think that's what it is. Or, well, if I think I'm addicted, then I can do it by myself. In fact, I had because I coach women too. I had a young woman that I was coaching, and she told me, well, why do I have to talk to a psychoanalyst for? Why do I have to talk to a psychotherapist for? I mean, they have learned this thing. I can go and grab me some books and learn it too. So that's the addictive thinking personality, addictive personality traits. It's a denial of letting go to hire help. And of course, that person now perpetuates themselves into the addiction, and it gets deeper and deeper and worse and worse. So you have already taken a step in the right direction to realize this and, most importantly, acknowledge it. You can't do this alone. You deserve an applause. It's good to have you one more time. Every time I ejaculated in the morning, my whole body aches. Oh, gosh. And don't have any motivation. And when I'm walking, I'm not flowing swiftly like while on a streak. Man, I know exactly what you're talking about. And every guy who's been on Semen Retention for a minute knows exactly what you're talking about. Do you know, I used to have chronic shoulder pain, like aches. My bones would ache. My spinal cord would ache. And I had that for years. Could never find any solution for it until my first semen retention streak for 40 days. My first semen retention streak was 40 days, where first long streak. And that pain left ever since. The excessive ejaculation is going to create aches in our body because we are low on bone marrow. We are low on the fluids and the substances, the marrows and the nutrients that feed our bones, that make our our joints feel better. And of course, I don't know if you know on when we fap a lot and jerk off a lot, our faces change. You lose that glow, and your face always looks dry, and it has these little dips, and it's kind of like your pores are exposed or something like that. It's because we don't have any more fast fatty acids and omega-3s and those minerals that help our skin to be healthy and our bones and our joints to be healthy. It's torture. Ejaculating is pain. Now, every once in a while, if a guy wants to have fun and experience a good nut, it's not gonna kill you. If you retain for 4 or 5 months, 1 year, 2 years, and then bust a nut, probably be the most powerful and most pleasurable nut you'll bust. But for fun, ejaculation is not something we should do for fun. Ejaculation is not something we should do because Shorty just left a club or a party and she calls you at 2 a.m. to come get some dick. Unless you have mastered NEO. NEO is non-ejaculatory orgasm. That's when you can learn it. You can learn this. You can learn this, baby, and that's the sweet spot. You can learn this, where you can learn to recondition your system, to rewire your brain to have sex and not ejaculate. And I can teach you that because I've taught myself that. It's gonna take some time, but it's definitely possible, where you can do the thing, beat it up. I mean, I'm saying serious sex. Long sessions, and get up, take a shower, put your clothes back on, and get out of there feeling amazing, feeling powerful because you didn't let your energy out. So unless you have learned non-ejaculatory orgasm to have sex without busting a nut, then busting a nut is not something we should do for fun. Give me a couple of more likes, brothers. Couple of more likes. Does semen retention boost your immune system? The answer is a resounding yes, like into infinity. It's a yes with echo. Into infinity. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Semen retention revives you. You see, by saying it boosts your immune system, we're just using the technical jargon. But all the benefits as far as the physical body goes that you've heard about semen retention really is all about boosting your immune system. Guys, when we were fapping, we would be susceptible to catching a cold. When the weather changes, I used to get sick. When the weather changes, I used to get sick. When if I get exposed to dust, a lot of dust, I would get sick. I remember even being around a couple of individuals who had a stomach virus. Man, I caught that thing and I threw up like crazy. I mean, so many things would happen because my immune system was weak. Because you got to understand, okay, the thing that supports your immune system is a subtle energy that is created by the nutrients in your body. I'm gonna say that again. And sometimes it's hard to understand. It's hard for people to grasp the truth of that because you can't show it. You can only explain it and experience it in your body as well. The nutrients that you get through foods and supplements turn into a certain subtle energy in your body. And if we use the chakra system to illustrate, the chakra systems are energy points. That's what the chakras are in your body. They have physical points. They have physical area that represents those chakras. And chakras, I think, mean wheels. So those wheels, those circles, those areas of energy, those energy centers, they are subtle energies that the eyes cannot see. And we can definitely feel them because when you're in touch with your body, you can feel subtle energy in your body. And that subtle energy is what really boosts your immune system, is what makes you alive. And of course, we can't talk about immune system without talking about libido. Libido is life force. Libido is the energy of the cosmos. It's the energy of God in you. Whatever you want to describe God as, right? As most powerful, right? That energy that you have inherited from the universe, that energy that you have inherited from life, it's called libido, life force. Well, that's immune system. I'm sure you have known individuals with weak immune system. And if they're a man, we would say that where they are low on libido, because a man with immune system deficiencies can't can't display high levels of libido, can't go around the place being so strong, so magnetic, because his immune system or his libido, his life force is compromised. And I'm going to tell you the same thing I've told my brothers before you. Anytime a question is asked, after I answer the question, I always say, everything that I just told you is still supplementary to your own experience. They are meant to supplement your experience. Go ahead, get on semen retention and experience that new state of health and new state of power, new state of life force, new state of libido that you've never known in your life before. Yes. Go ahead and experience it yourself. So welcome to the club. Hey, I'm still taking pledges for No Nut November. Whether you have busted a nut since November started or not, I'm still looking for pledges. This is the time of the year, No Nut November. This is the time of the year when men who want commit to not busting a nut for the entire month of November. So just type in "I'm in" and I will write the number down. I don't write your username down. I just write the number down. Right now I'm at 18. 18 guys have told me so far that they are in for this November to make the effort not to bust a nut. So 2.82, 8. I can't read the rest, of course. Are you in? That would be a great opportunity for you to see if semen retention boosts your immune system. There we go. So, pleasure is mine, my brother. Pleasure is mine. I love doing this. Give me a few more likes, guys. I would appreciate it. When I remember when I was recovering from PMO and all the things that I went through. J Bus, there we go, says I'm in. I think I got you already, no? Well, 19. There we go. 19. One more for 20. There we go. Blessed brothers. Thank you. You too, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm in. There we go. 20, 20, 20. 20 is a good number. 20. There we go. 20 is a good number. 20 is a good number. Yes, yes, yes. So I was saying, when I was recovering from born, man, gosh, I've been through it, man. That shit almost killed me. Okay. And so I used to always tell myself, man, I am not the only man suffering with this, like, in the world. I can, of course, I couldn't talk to nobody around me, man. When I was in the church as a youth leader and a member of board of the directors and in Bible school, man, I couldn't talk to nobody. And the funny thing is, I was looking around and I was looking at brothers in the church. I was like, he got to be on the same thing too, because I see the same signs in him. But you couldn't talk to nobody. Everybody would deny it. I couldn't get help. I went to so many doctors and other people and life coaches. Man, nobody could help me, bro. People would tell me, you just have a high sexual drive, just find your girlfriend and have sex. That's all it is. You're not. But I'm like, no, it's killing me. It's destroying me. When I do it, I don't think right. I get emotional. I do crazy stuff. You don't understand. I get lazy. I don't want to go to work. I just use my savings. I would just work for a number of months, build a huge savings, and then stay home and binge for 2-3 months and deplete that savings. You don't understand. I'm losing business opportunities and colleagues, and I dropped out of college. You don't understand. But they're like, well, you need self-discipline. God damn it, you don't understand. Nobody understood me. Nobody in the real world understood what I was going through. If I talked to a man who was watching porn too, he would simply say, well, I do it too every once in a while. You don't bother me. Young men, you need to get your life together. You need to stop doing some of the stuff. I'm like, you don't understand. I think that's what's causing those things. And so I told myself, there's got to be a lot of guys suffering like myself, having this anguish in their souls every single day. And I said, if I should ever recover, if I should ever quit porn, whatever I learned in the process, I would go and share it with my brothers. I would go and encourage my brothers. I would go and be there for them. I would go and be the voice and the brother and the man that I wished was there for me when I was recovering. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm doing this work. That's why I'm here, man. Yeah. Make that 20. Oh, there we go. Roberto August 21. There we go. Appreciate it, brothers. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. 22 now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We are kings. Semen retention. Man, semen retention has so many implications. People won't be able to use you no more. Your self-respect and self-level will go up. And so you will make different choices. A lot of guys, by the time they get to 6 months of semen retention, they leave their current girlfriend. Whoever they had been dating before they start the journey, they have to leave her. You know, where guys who are married, probably a little bit more difficult. But I know guys who have divorced, who have gotten a divorce. Because the addiction was what kept them into that dysfunctional, toxic, no good for nothing relationship where he was not getting anything. And he knew it. He knew he wanted out, but he couldn't get out because he was weak. Every time he jerks off, he gets emotional. He can't keep the decision. He can't maintain a decision of leaving and staying out. I know guys, by the time they get to 6 months semen retention, they quit their current job and go for a better job. Because now they can think clearly. Now they can interact with people more positively. So they ain't got to stay at that warehouse. They can go and get a customer service or sales job where they interact with people, because now they're in better moods. They are better gentlemen. You know, they're stronger, and their fist lights up. They move around swiftly with a swag. Now they can do business. Now they can pick up that phone call and cold call. They can knock on the door and don't care about being rejected. So they don't have to stay at that warehouse no more. Listen to me. Semen retention contributes straight to your financial bottom line. Whether it's in getting a better job, whether it's in having less unnecessary expenses, whether it's in becoming more literate in savings, investing, doing business, providing a service where people pay you and now you make more money. It doesn't matter how it happens, semen retention will contribute straight to your financial bottom line. Man, the changes, the implications of semen retention are endless. The things that happen in a man's life on semen retention are endless. Number 3, K Pope. Good seeing you, my brother. Thanks for stopping by. 23. We're getting there. No nut November. We definitely want to keep that nut, baby. We want to keep that power in us. You know, I see men, and I know that they had sex the night before because they look so weak and they look fragile. These men can't stand for nothing. They won't defend anything. They complain to themselves or to people to whom they shouldn't be complaining. Sometimes you're like, well, why are you telling me that? You should have told her that, not me. That's a complaint. You're 37. Stop complaining. You should have told her, but he can't because he needs that pussy. He needs to bust that nut later. He can't stand up to her and ask her to demand for respect. No. Yeah. And so, okay, a question from Blessed or Blessed. Good question. I hear that. I get that question a lot. I have to be honest with you. I get that question a lot. What percentage of men do you think are on semen retention? It's so funny. The question is always worded the same way. I'm gonna tell you. I don't know a percentage. I don't know what a percentage might be, and the percentage would just be a guess. You know, it would just be a guess. It would just be a guess. So let's say America has 400 million. Dang, 400 million. Well, I heard it's about 500 million now. Dang, that's a lot of people. 500 million. Dang, man. I can't put a percentage. And of course, this movement is not only in North America. This movement is all over the world. The NoFap semen retention movement is all over the world. There are guys in almost every country on the planet online doing NoFap and semen retention. But of all the men that exist, man, I maybe 5%. That might even be a stretch. But what we do know though is that whatever that percentage is, let's make sure we are part of it. Yes, let's do this. Let's make sure that we are part of that small percentage. No matter what it is, let's make sure we are part of it. Beware of Jezebel women. Bro, it's interesting because I watched a video. Do you guys watch Iron in the Soul? Yeah, that video was from that brother, Iron in the Soul. He's been married for 7 years now. Well, he has a Christian background. I have a Christian background. But for what I understand, when he began his semen retention journey, he was in Bible school. Man, when I was in Bible school, I was still jerking off, okay? But he was in Bible school and he was doing some other things. And that's how he started his semen retention journey. And so he talked about the spirit of Jezebel, which I have studied. I mean, of course, if you go to seminary and you're in line to become a preacher, a minister, you're gonna study these things. And yes, it's a spirit that seduces, coerced. It's like Solomon says, the Jezebel, the woman with the Jezebel spirit, the whore will leave her house in search of a man who is simple. And simple here means a foolish man, a man without understanding, an unwise man. And she will go and seduce him and have him lay with her, and of course destroy him because he's simple. And that's a biblical language. When the Bible says simple, it's simple-minded, like a lack of illumination, lack of understanding. And it's a foolish man, and she seduces him. And the funny thing is, she could be married, and she still does that. She goes into public places, seduces the simple man. Oh my God, does that happen? Man, we see that all the time. I've been through it. Seduces the married man to lay with her, destroys him, discards him, and move on to the next one. And also, I think people have called that spirit the vampire spirit, energy vampires. And that energy vampire concept is very real, is very true, because women thrive off energy. You have to believe that. This is why narcissistic women thrive on creating chaos for everybody involved. It doesn't matter where they are, they thrive on the drama. They thrive on having some shit going because they feed off that narcissistic supply. And that's a form of energy vampire. For example, this is why when a man knows who he is, when a man wakes up to the forward energy in him, to the godlike energy in him, to the masculine power energy in him, he knows, brother, when you enter a woman, you eject masculine presence in her. You eject masculine power to her. I don't know if you have realized that a woman with a lot of body count, that means a woman who has fucked a lot of men, turns to be masculine, more masculine than a woman who has not slept with many men. Because all these men's DNAs and energies, masculine energy, stay in her and they congregate, they condense, and they create a masculine persona in the woman. And so I'm going to share a good piece of game with you that you may not hear in a lot of places out there. When you do get a woman, the more sex you have with her, the more there is an exchange of power and weakness that's taking place. So, and this is what happens when a guy has a lot of sex with a woman. The more you ejaculate inside of her, the more masculine she becomes, because it's the more you're giving her your energy, and the more time you spend inside of her, the more of her energy you're getting. And so within 6 months to 1 year, there is an exchange of power in the relationship. The power dynamics have reverted. Now, the man is the feminine person in the relationship. The woman is the masculine presence in the relationship. It can be hard to believe that. But go carry out your own experiment. But that is true. The more sex you have with a woman, the more there's always an exchange of power. You transfer your masculine power to her while you tap more into her feminine energy. This is how you hear those stories, right? A woman would say, when I met him, he was on his A game, always working out, always doing his business. I mean, the man was alive. He was full of energy. He was full of life. 6 months later, 9 months later, all he wants to do is lay down in bed. He gets emotional. He gets crazy. He slaps me around. Man, this guy he's violent. I don't understand what has happened. He's so emotional. Well, the power dynamics have inverted. The more, when they first met, they begin to have a lot of sex very quickly. And very quickly and gradually, he lost his masculine power to her. She got strong and he got weak. So when you know this truth, even if you were to enter a relationship right now, and then you're already on semen retention anyway, you just do this thing. You have sex sparingly. Yeah, sparingly. And when you do have it, you don't bust a nut. I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to go to the chat after that. That has happened to me actually twice. Those were two women that I lived with. The first woman, she used to swallow. Hey, that was her thing, and I didn't mind. She used to swallow. Bro, the woman became so vibrant. Her skin lit up. She became so swift, so beautiful, so well-rounded, so dynamic, so full of energy. Everything that you, brothers who are on semen retention, have experienced, I witnessed those things in her. And I'm like, whoa, what's happening? Of course, society and my own thinking is, well, she's happy because she's living with a man. We're happy, we're in love, we're living together, and that's why she's glowing up like that. No, it was my semen. She was swallowing and we were having sex. I was putting it inside of her. She was getting it from her both mouths, holes. Yeah, that's one story. And I was very young too, right? The other story, the most recent story, same thing. A woman I lived with. Bro, she glowed up, lit up. She be the same way, very dynamic, very strong, very powerful, moving around. I mean, on point. I mean, everything is on point. I'm like, whoa, what's happening to you? I mean, when I looked at the woman, I'm like, God, man, you're desirable. Damn, you're sexy. Damn. And of course, what do you think I was gonna do after that? Pull her in the closet and pull her in the bedroom and do it again and do it again and do it again. And then I began to get into the red pill, into the rational male, into the semen retention, this whole world in the manosphere. I began to not ejaculate. And she began to ask me to, no, put it in there. Yeah. But you know, she's from my culture. She's Haitian. So in Creole, she would tell me in Creole, whatever she said I could translate in, no, like throw it in there, like throw it in there, leave it in there. I want you to throw it in there, like. And I began to think, does she know what effects that has on her? Why she's asking me to basically give her my semen? Like, oh no, why are you holding it? Why are you holding it back? No, throw it in there, like leave it in there. And then listen carefully. This last experience, she did not want to get up to go clean herself after we had sex. Now, some people would call that nasty. That's not the primary thing. It's not nastiness. The primary thing is she knew the power of the semen, and she knew the semen that came from me as a clean man, as a spiritual man, as an intellectual man, as a strong man. She knew. She wanted to keep that and let the energy release in her body. So I was always the one to get up, go wet a towel, and bring it to her. She never said no, but it took me some time to realize, and I never thought of her as nasty. Never. I just thought, you know, hey, she just got torn up. She's tired. She stays in bed. But it took me a minute to understand. She had understanding that she would never share with me. She loved my presence because every time something was happening in her life, she would run to me and she would run for me to hold her. And she would say, in my arms, she feels safe. In my arms, she felt like the hostile world disappeared and vanished. She knew something that I didn't know. And so I began, as a test, I began to withdraw my masculine energy. Less sex. If I had sex, I didn't ejaculate. When I meet her for dinner, I didn't hug her. Say, hey, hi, baby. Those kind of things. I didn't lay down hugging her. You know, anything that would give her my energy, I kind of shunned away from them. And I saw how she reacted, and I saw how she went into panic. And so I said all of this to say, yes, be careful with women. They will suck your energy. And of course, a woman will never ask you for your energy. She will bring you into a position where sex can happen, where you can hug her, where you can kiss her. And that's your masculine energy, and that's your power. Do you know, he's going to go there. Do you know one of the problems that lesbians experience? Yeah, is the lack of that masculine energy. And that lack of masculine energy can make a woman neurotic. Yes, it can make a woman neurotic. Just like a man too. It can, but a woman who goes without that masculine exchange can become neurotic. And if you've heard the bad stories that lesbians experience, like that, it's crazy. Can get very crazy. because that masculine presence, that masculine interaction, that masculine energy is an empowerment in itself. It uplifts the woman. It literally picks the woman up and strengthens her and revitalizes her. All right, let's go into I'm coming. Somebody else says he's in. John. So that's 24. Thanks for being in, bro. Let's do this. But somebody before that said something. I want to catch that. J Boss says, hardest part of semen retention is going through a grocery store or the gym and seeing women in leggings, and then the temptations rise. Yeah, that's the early stage of it, brother. Be of good cheer. Keep going. That's the early stage of it. You will get to a...
All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention.
You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Man, oh man, oh man. Right in the midst of a wonderful discussion. I had no idea what happened. I think my electricity went out, I guess, for a quick second and come back right back. And come right back on. But yeah. So what were we discussing? I think, yeah, the chat is still here. Here we go. Ahmed said something. Well, we already have 6 back. All right, guys, welcome back. I was like, nah, I can't just stay off like this. I got to come back on and finish the stream. I'm from Canada. Our population is currently at 37 million divided by 2. And you're left with 18 million. Hold on. 18 million men, times that by 1% who are practicing semen retention. That leaves us with 180K men practicing semen retention in Canada. I like that, bro. You went for the math. You went all the way for the math. Yeah, that's not a lot of men. That's not a lot of men, which means you guys are still going to be engulfed by stupidity, by stupid men, simps, and foolish men, because they are the greater number. Yes. Zoe King, I don't know if you're still here, but yeah, she definitely knew. Most of the women in our world know, of course, they know. Bro, I was clueless. I had no idea that my energy was life-giving to the woman. You know, I thought, man, all I was looking for was a piece of pussy. That's what I thought. I thought I was just looking for a piece of pussy. I was just looking to get off every time I wanted sex, or when I saw my woman, I thought I just wanted to hug her because I loved her. I just wanted to lay down and cuddle with her because I loved her. But she had the whole time another idea in her mind. The whole time she knew she couldn't live without my energy. And so when I broke up and left the house, the last 2 times I saw her, bruh, hair not done, skin not looking good, body not looking as well rounded as before, no energy. Man. Meanwhile, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm on semen retention, I'm looking beautiful, my skin glows, my energy is bubbly, my personality is bubbly. Yeah. So let's be careful with the energy vampire idea out there. Just be careful with these women. Somebody said something. Ronnie Fargo checking in. I think you just checked in and I checked out where my system failed. I don't know, the power went out. This is Georgia, man. The wind blows 2 miles an hour. The power is out. That's one thing that makes me miss Florida. It takes a tornado to knock the power out in Florida. But here in Georgia, man, a 2-mile-per-hour wind will knock the power down. I think you checked in and I checked out. If you're still here, welcome here. Welcome, my brother. Yeah, it wasn't the screen froze. I was out. I came back. William Hand. Why is this so difficult? Damn near 4 days, and I'm realizing that everything around me is really lewd. I need prayer. Hey, yes, stay with it. Stay with it. Like I like to say, and I said it earlier on the stream, you will wake up. You will wake up. You will realize that there is a difference between you and the rest of the world. You will realize how stoic you are and how lewd the rest of the world is. You will see it. And stay with it, brother. Stay with it. I've met people who actually stopped their awakening process because they did not like the difference they were noticing between themselves and the rest of the world. What's going to happen is it's going to force you to make decisions about your family members, brothers, siblings, parents. You might realize that, oh, these people are manipulative. They're liars. Oh, they've always been lying. Huh. Yeah, and you will pick up the BS. You will see how ugly certain behavior is. Man, listen. But stay with it. You have to wake up. Stay with it. You have to wake up. Eventually, you will realize that the entire business world is really mostly based on sex, and it's a hypersexual culture that we're living in. It's a hypersexual culture that we're living in. You will realize that men are a big market. We are a big market. Women use us to make money. The government uses us to make money. Men are a big business in the world. And that's one of the things you're going to realize. I think I answered the question from you, but go ahead, ask it again, because my power went out, so I just came back on. Mm, I understand. Can I be going through the emotional labor as early as 17 days? I don't think I had even experienced the butterfly stage yet, which means you have watched my content. I appreciate that because the last stream that I did where I talked about the 3 stages of semen retention was way back there. So I appreciate that you bringing that up. Um, I would have to say 17 days is really early. 17 days is really like the butterfly stage, feeling all excited, all powerful, not needing as much sleep anymore, waking up with a boner, feeling fiery, you know, voice starts to restore, your voice starting to restore like your vocal cords, and you're all giddy, jumping around. Now, let me ask you, is this your first streak? If this is not your first streak, then your brain is already used to retaining to a certain extent. Yeah. See, I've met guys who have had 10, 15 days streaks, for example, over a year period. And so when they start working with me and now they're doing their 30 days and they're like, well, I mean, it doesn't feel like I'm experiencing the butterfly stage. Well, you did experience it in the your first 3 streaks. So your brain now is somewhat accustomed to the energy. Your body is somewhat accustomed to the energy. So then that man would go straight into the emotional labor stage. So if this is not your first streak, exactly correct. There we go. So that's the best scenario. It's not your first streak. Your brain is used to the energy. And so, and the interesting thing is, if you look at yourself, you're no longer operating on those low levels either. Although, since your first streak, you are not the same. You haven't been the same man, energy wise. You haven't fallen back low or lower than when you first started initially, if you understand what I'm saying, right? So, which means you still retain some benefits from your first streak. Because you got to understand the body is like a system. It's, well, not like, it is a system. It's an intelligent system. You can't trick it. You can't say, this is my fifth streak, but I want to experience first streak benefits. It will not, because the body adapts quickly. And you know that's one of the things that the body does very well. So your brain is accustomed to the energy. So as you retain, you're no longer feeling as excited, as motivated, and as powerful and as swiftly as you used to feel on your first streak. And so now, the emotional labor is really where you want to be, because, you know, as soon as you can go through it, you will get to the other side. As effectively as you go through it, the better it will be for you when you get to the other side. And so, in the emotional labor stage, your knowledge of this experience is what is going to save you. You're going to have to call on your knowledge. You're going to have to remind yourself, I know I'm retaining. I know I'm not watching porn. I'm not busting a nut. Everything is well. I'm feeling emotional. I'm not feeling motivated. Yeah, but I know it's my emotions. It's my brain trying to coerce me to go back to watch porn. So you're going to have to engage your knowledge, and you're going to have to process the emotions that come also. You're going to have to process the emotions that come. Because remember now, when you go and watch porn and jerk off, it's because at that moment you're being overwhelmed by unprocessed emotions in your subconscious mind. And so the emotional labor stage gives you an opportunity to process those emotions. And so you become lighter. And so you become freer. And so even if you would be tempted to watch porn, but since you don't really have as many unprocessed emotions pushing you, you're not really running away and escaping from a lot of things no more, then you're just like, no, I'm good here. Everything is fine. Yeah. Jihad Abdulrahab, welcome back, brother. What have you got out of this journey? Man, what haven't I got out of this journey? That's a better question. Man, too many to outline here, but we can outline a few, right? And by this journey, I'm sure you mean semen retention, no fap semen retention. Well, a sense of personal power, a sense of owning myself, a sense of self-discipline, a sense of self-knowledge. It's a power in decision-making, taking action, feeling my best, a strong willpower, a sense of presence, magnetism, strength in my body, clarity of thoughts, clarity of choice. And clarity is big because most people are confused about life, right? A sense of self-respect and self-love, a sense of responsibility for myself, for my purpose in this life. Here is a good one. I deal with women on a more plain field now. I don't conflate women experiences with women because I no longer deal with women on a need basis. I don't seek for their approval, sex, or look for my mother in a woman no more. Okay? Healing for past wounds, childhood wounds, unprocessed emotions. Increased awareness, increased of cognitive functions. Dang. Increased of libido, life force. I breathe and my dick gets hard. Like I can just like earlier, I was coming from somewhere and I was driving and I was listening to something and I went, and my dick just jumps. Just with a breathe, just to breathe deeply in and out. That sense of aliveness. All of those things, of course, magnetism, all of those things cause people to respect you because you respect yourself. You follow through. You want to do the right thing. You don't want to cut corners. You don't want to lie unless it's crazily necessary. You don't play mind games because you operate on a higher order of life, a higher frequency. People are more favorable towards you. That's my favorite word. That's how I like to say it. People are more favorable towards you. They're more collaborative towards you, as opposed to being more doubtful towards you, more disagreeable towards you. I mean, I can just keep going, bro. But some are the best benefits I've gotten on the journey. And I have some brothers in the chat too who have gotten the same benefits always mad. My brother in Canada, what's his name? Ahmed Mohammed was like close to 600 days. Always mad is close to this amount of days too. So all those guys have experienced the same things I just described. It's an amazing life, bro. It's an amazing life. Good question. Is porn intentionally created as spiritual / psychological warfare? No. Primarily no. Primarily no. Last night I was on Jessica X stream. You know Jessica X, right? The young British English girl in London. She has a stream almost every night. I was there for a second night, and the discussion was about OnlyFans. When I first heard about OnlyFans, it was supposed to be something like Patreon. Yes, sir, it was. When OnlyFans first came out, it was supposed to be something like Patreon. Now, which makes me think, I wonder if anybody's going to jump on Patreon soon. But you can't do that, though, because I think YouTube wants you to be a creator on YouTube first before you can do anything on Patreon. They don't want you to come from outside. And since you can't be selling any body parts on YouTube, so it's going to be hard for them to turn Patreon into something like OnlyFans. And so part of the discussion last night was OnlyFans was created for creators, and the porn people hijacked it. Women hijacked it. And now OnlyFans are known for what? The only thing you know OnlyFans is good for or is known for is porn and sexual and interaction with women. So I'm using that to say porn, I don't think porn was created as a spiritual / psychological warfare on men. I think porn was created as a way to exploit men's natural tendencies, the need and the want for sex, as a business, for men to pay for the business. And of course, now I have never paid for porn. Out of all those years I watched porn, I always felt like there are so many free videos. Why would I even pay? I've never even created an account online for porn. Never. And I've been on almost all the sites. Never had an account. Never paid anything. Never signed up. Never even went into a webcam room, whatever you call them. I just used free videos. But do you know there are guys who won't watch the free videos? They want to pay. So I think porn originally was to exploit that part of men and women to make money as a business. Now, can it be used as a psychological warfare? Yes. Can sex be used as a psychological warfare? Hell yeah. Who uses sex primarily as a spiritual / psychological warfare? Women in relationships without porn. Your girlfriend uses sex against you before porn, without porn, yeah. If you've been in more than 2 relationships, you know that a woman loves to deny you sex after an argument or when something is not right or when she's unhappy. Well, that's a psychological warfare because she knows you will get frustrated, and that's how men get frustrated, punch a hole in the wall, kick something, and, basically cause havoc in the house because he just got denied sex. So really, the first place that sex is used as a psychological weapon is in the bedroom. Then, which I can make a point for, when you know that, you can actually free yourself from that psychological warfare. And the way you free yourself is by recovering from porn, practicing semen retention, um, having a good control over your sexual urges, or basically having total control over your sexual urges. And all of a sudden, you're in control now. Sex can no longer be used as a psychological weapon or a spiritual weapon towards you. And a spiritual weapon, it will be the more you're depleted, your energy is depleted, the more spiritually weak and disconnected you feel. And the psychological part of it would be not having it, being denied it, and you're frustrated. And now, all of a sudden, you get unhinged. Yes. Um, um, two questions in one. My morning routine is where I go to sleep with. I have some what they call IEM, in ear monitor. It's the kind of headphones that the musicians put in their ears on stage. We can sleep with those. I have a pair of those. I actually initially bought them for my production, but when you turn, they kind of like, I don't like them. So I like these better for my production. And then I use the IEMs to sleep with. So I listen to playlists of affirmations throughout the night, musical, spiritual songs, different playlists that I've made, or I use one that's already been curated for something. I listen to it throughout the night, and I wake up, open my eyes, and I make myself fully awake, fully aware, fully present. And I process my best thoughts. My best thoughts right now are, I'm free from porn. I am not in a relationship at 40. This is the best time of my life. I have collaborators. I have people who are working with me. I'm going places. I am on track with my life purpose. Whoa, this is exciting. I love life. This is beautiful. Ooh. And then if I get inspired out of that moment to write something, I get up and come into the office here, the studio, and sit down and write. Then go outside for water. I have different vegetable juices, about 4 types of vegetable juices that I drink. I have a blood cleanser, a blood optimizer, vegetable juice, and something else. I drink them, go to the restroom, take a shower. If it's a gym day, go to the gym. If it's not a gym day, I come here and back here, sit down, read, write, and build my mind up. And from that point on, I go for my appointments, my coaching appointments. And then the day goes on. If it's a content creation day like today, I sit down, recorded the podcast, recorded the videos for the podcast, uploaded part one of the video, then put them on Facebook to share them in so many groups there. And then I went live. So because today is the content creation day. So that routine, if I ever have to leave the house early, that's the only way it won't be the same. But it's very focused on maintaining my best thoughts and then work from there. So how do I set goals? And yeah, that's a big question, actually. That's a macro question. How I set goals from my life purpose, right? So I don't set a goal by itself. I set a goal within my life's calling. So let's say my life's purpose or my life's calling is to inspire, to motivate, to illuminate through the media of speaking, writing, and communicating, right? And I am building a public speaking platform, skills, and writing and making myself known and all that, right? That's my life purpose. Eventually, I believe I will start a spiritual community. That's my overall vision for my life. My goals come from that. Well, then start a podcast because that's public speaking. Okay, well, I set a goal to start a podcast. Well, I wasn't on Facebook. Well, let's go back to Facebook because that's a place we can reach people and share my work. So those goals come from my vision. Okay? They come from my vision. Now, as far as the technical, tedious process of sitting down, I write my goals down. I do have a planner, in a journal, but I write my goals down on these cards, on 3x5 cards, lots of them. I write my goals down, and then I'm going to show you what I do with them. So here is my newest goal. So I write them down here, and I use a little paper clip, and I walk around with these in my back pocket. I walk around with this in my back pocket, so I'm constantly constantly checking it out, looking at it, keeping them in my mind. I just keep looking at them and work on the next possible one. Not necessarily the most urgent one, but the next possible one. And then I use a method called LVP, Life Visioning Process. LVP, Life Visioning Process. So when I have my goals, I sit down, I visualize them, and then I ask a lot of questions. What is the spirit seeking to create right now? Which one of these goals can I work on right now? Which step? What is my next step? What is the best step to take right now? According to the spirit, according to the energy of my life, according to the season of my life right now, which one of these goals I should take steps towards right now? And of course, the answer is going to come. And I take action in that direction. And I do stay focused on my goals a lot. Like I think about them a lot. I'm always tweaking them. I'm taking action on them. I think about them all the time. I'm researching on them. Yeah. So that's an overall view of how I set goals. And it's very important to set goals from your life vision. You see, I'm not going to set a goal of, for example, getting a real estate license. I used to be a real estate agent, for example, right? Although I would love to be in real estate, but I want to be back in real estate as an investor, not as a real estate agent, because I'm building my life purpose, which is public speaking and writing. So I'm not going to set a goal to get a real estate license. I set goals that are within my life calling, that are within my life purpose. That's just an overview. And one of the best part of that is the visualization process of, as I meet people, I'm visualizing who can help me achieve what next. When I first meet a person, I ask the question, what is he here to help me with? What is she here to help me with? And when I meet somebody new, I pay close attention to the things that they say. They may not be consciously saying things like, bro, I'm telling you, you need to accomplish this. They're not saying that. They might just pick up a conversation that has an answer to a question that I've been asking. Because remember now, we operate off attraction. I have attracted that person to bring an answer. So let's say this one time I realized when I first started semen retention, I had an intention. So I set an intention to sleep better. I had an issue with sleeping. Man, this guy at work just picked up a conversation on sleep aids. He's like, man, my girl came over and she gave me a pill and she took a pill. Man, we went to sleep for 12 hours just out of the blue. I'm like, what? And I asked him what that was. He told me I went and purchased it. My intention that I had to change my sleep to get better sleep got fixed right away. He just came over and started speaking. So when we have the intention and we stay on it and we visualize it and we ask the question, who's going to come into my life to help me with this, and who's going to contribute to the realization of this goal? Yeah. And by the way, this is unconventional ways of setting goals and accomplishing goals. This is more like spiritual ways, metaphysical ways of setting goals and accomplishing goals. There are methods out there that are more intellectually based, and they're harder. Those ways are harder. They're harder. And that's when people run into frustrations and failures. You see, when spiritual people set goals, it's the whole as opposed to the parts. You understand? I hope you understand. All right, fellas, I think this part we should call it quit. We had a great time before my power went out, and I came back on, and we still had another good time. So just remember, you are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. Yes. The journey of self-love. Yes. The journey of self-empowerment. Tell them, stay on this journey. Stay on this journey. You are on the right journey. You are on the right path. You are king. Stay in your kingdom. I'll see you next time, guys. Namaste. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey.